Next topic that we have to study is about the advantages of chain stores. You can look here, turn this side and sit. Whose book it is? You listen, that's enough. If you don't have book. Okay. So there are some advantages. So we have studied that there are some chain stores or multiple stores. What are their features? All these things we have studied. Next we have to study about the advantages. Multiple stores are offering various advantages to the consumers, which are described as follows. Economies of scale. As there is a central procurement, the multiple shop organization enjoys the economies of scale. So we have studied that with the features when we have discussed, we saw that these ones are there. So there are so many branches are there, and there will be one headquarters. And the items which are supposed to be purchased is purchased by the headquarters in a bulk quantity. So they can make use of the economies of scale. Chain stores advantages are there. Page number, what is your page number here? 237. New book 245. Different, either 237 or 245. You search with the topic if different books are there with different page numbers. Okay. Then next one, elimination of the middlemen. By selling directly to the customers, the multiple shop organization is able to eliminate unnecessary middlemen in the sale of the goods and services. So they are also like the departmental stores. They purchase the product from in a bulk quantity directly from the manufacturers and selling it to the retailers. Selling it to the customers directly. So there are so many middlemen. There as it is like agents are there, wholesalers are there, retailers are there. All these type of middlemen are there. So they can remove or avoid these type of middlemen. So the money that is spent for the these people, like the profit is if a product is handed over through the agent and through wholesaler, or their profit is there. So that profit can be reduced. Then next one, no bad debts. Since all the sales in these shops are made on cash basis, there are no losses on account of bad debts. So like if local shops and all are there, so what happens is that some people they go and purchase and they will say that we will give the money afterwards. So then they afterwards will like that, no?
Yes, sir.
So they come, they purchase and they will say they will give the money afterwards. Next time again they will go purchase, then again they will say they will give afterwards, and they will keep on like that. Then it will reach somewhere like some 2,000 or some 5,000 rupees. Then the shopkeeper will say that you have to pay the money, otherwise we will not give products. Then they will come and say some money, some 2,000 they will pay, some 5,000 is the total bill will be there. In that some 2,000 they will pay. Then after that, that customer may not come. So they will lose the means money, that 3,000 rupees they have lost. So this type of money is considered as bad debts. Means the money which we are supposed to get, but you have already studied about bad debts in accountancy. So bad debts are there. So likewise there will be bad debts, and here in this type of shops there is less chance of bad debts because they don't give any credit. They will give only on cash sales. Like you can go, like if you go to a shopping mall or things like that, then they will not allow us to purchase without paying the money. So they will take the money on the spot. We have to pay the money, and so such a way it is there. So there is a less chance of bad debts. Then transfer of goods. The goods not in demand in a particular locality may be transferred to another locality where it is demanded. This reduces the chances of dead stock in these shops. So there, one more advantage of this type of shops are there. They have shops in different areas. So they may have shop in Basti, they may have in Faisabad, they may have in Lucknow, Gorakhpur, different areas. They may have shops are there. So in one area, if the demand is not there for a product, and there may be demand in another area. So the product which are kept without used or without sale, that can be transferred to another shop and can be sold. So this is the very big advantage, because they have plenty of branches are there and different areas. So some products are demanded, like if we consider, like if in Haraya, if there is a shop, so normally very below average and below average products are demanded. Very high quality products are not very very rarely demanded, isn't it? So very branded products or very high value products are not sold.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, but in Gorakhpur or Lucknow and all, the products are demanded is very high value products and average products are demanded. Low value products are not much demanded. So, if there are high value products in the shop which is located in a local area, that can be transferred to the city area, then it can be sold. And in a city area, the low value products may not be much demanded, so those products can be transferred to the local area and it can be sold. Okay, so such a way the transfer of goods makes it possible. Then, diffusion of risk. The losses incurred by one shop may be covered by profits in other shops, reducing the total risk of the organization. So they have different branches. So if one area, if in one shop, if there is loss, but in another shop there will be profit, so it will be balanced. So imagine that in one shop 2 lakh rupees loss is there, but in another shop 5 lakh rupees profit is there. So both compared, then totally they are having 3 lakh rupees profit. So such a way, if in especially if it is they are having some shops in the village areas, the chances of sales are very less, and comparatively the profit will be comparatively less. But in other areas, there will be in the city areas there will be having more sales and more profit can be there. So it will be adjusted. So if many shops are there, so in those at least some, if there are total 10 shops are there, in that if 5 shops are running in profit and in 5 shops are in loss, then both their profits and losses will be adjusted. Okay. Then next one, low cost. Because of centralized purchasing, elimination of middlemen, centralized promotion of sales and increased sales, the multiple shops have a lower cost of business. So first of all, they are purchasing the products in a bulk quantity from a manufacturer, so they will get the product in a very low price. And their advertisement expenditure and other type of things are also done for all the organizations together. So then per unit, like if one shop is there, so for one shop they have to spend the same amount of money for making the advertisement of 10 shops. So means for all 10 shops together they are doing advertisement. So if only one shop is there, then also we have to spend almost that much amount of advertisement expenditure will be there, promotional expenditure will be there. So when it is done in a common, little more will be there, but that will be more comparatively when it is added together, per unit the cost will be very much less. So such a way they can reduce the cost also. The total cost of the products will be very much less. So when the cost is less, then they can sell the product in a discounted price. So this will attract the customers. So if from a normal shop if you are purchasing, then the price will be more. But if you go to a multiple shop, then there will be more discount will be there. They are providing more discounts. So such a way we will be able to customers. So if where we are getting product in if 2 rupees less, then from there people are interested to purchase. So such a way the demand for the products will be increasing. The next one is flexibility. Under this system, if a shop is not operating at a profit, the management may decide to close it or shift it to some other place without really affecting the profitability of the organization as a whole. So in one place, if they have a shop and if that shop is not in a profitable way, like if they have started a shop in Haraya and if this is not running properly or much success is not there, then they can shift the shop to maybe any other place. So all the products, all the things required, the employees, all the ones can be shifted to that place, and much amount of loss means like the building, if they have, normally they are taking rented rooms. So if only like a agreement, we are, imagine that if you are making an agreement for rent, then 3 months rent we have to pay advance. So like 10,000 rupees is that per month rent. Then if we have to take, then in the beginning we have to pay 3 months rent. So such kind of a very small amount of losses only will be there. and they can shift the shop to maybe another place which is having more chance of profit. So such a way also it will be beneficial. So they all the products. Huh?
So what is the amount paid in advance?
They won't give back. It is already fixed. Na? So for 3 months we are using. So minimum for 3 months we have to use it. You can use it for 3 months, no problem. But they will not pay back the money. And sometimes if like rooms, when we are vacating, imagine that's like if we are paying 3 months advance we are paying. So 1 year you are paying rent. All throughout the year if you are paying the rent, towards the end they will pay back the money. That means that 30,000 which we are giving early. That. But in between if you stop, imagine that's like you made a contract. So when we are writing the contract, we make a contract for 11 months. Okay. Not for all year, but 11 months contract they make normally. For bigger shops and all, they may make for more than 1 year also. But normally, like if a house and all, if you are taking rent, they make an agreement for 11 months. Full 1 year they will not make contract. Only 11 months, less than 1 year time. Okay, it is like that. Means it is there. See, like if a house is given rent for, if a person is staying in a rented room for more than like some 15 years, then that. The one who is holding the house can have ownership of the house. If it is a rented house also, if there is proper. So that is why they will make an agreement every year. So every year means for 11 months they will keep on making agreements. So 1 year complete agreement will not be there. So such a way it will keep on going like. If we are staying in one room for some around 15 years continuously, then they say that if the one who is staying in the house, if they demand that it's my house, then if they file case against them, then the owner, one who is holding the house, will be getting the benefit, not the owner. So, but somebody has made the house, but there are some formalities are there. But that is why mostly the people, especially like houses or buildings and all, they make the contract for less than 1 year, like 11 months they make contract. So some legal benefits are there. So for exactly for 1 year, if you are making, then more money has to be paid. So purchase school. Okay. So these are the advantages. Okay. 15 years you have to study. 10 years over, 15 years required. 2 years you fail, then 12 years, 15 years required. So, 3 years fail, then okay. Okay. So these are the advantages. Okay. So these are the advantages of chain stores. Next we have to study some limitations. Limitations are there. So a limited selection of goods. Some of the multiple shops deal only in limited range of products. This is especially the problem with the chain stores which are owned and operated by manufacturers and as such mostly sell the products produced by themselves. They do not sell products of other manufacturers. In this way, the customers get only a limited choice of goods. This, however, is not the case with the retailer-owned chain stores such as Big Apple or Reliance Retail, which sell of a large number of manufacturers. So their limited selection of goods. See, like as I told you, like Spencer's. So their Spencer's company, they sell their shop. In their shop, most of the products are of their own company. Like Spencer's products are there. Mostly, like if you say like here, there is one that Q-Mart is there. You know, Sahara Q-Mart. How is it? Yes. So in that shop, if you go, in a rare only there, yeah. Okay. Not very big shop, very small shop only there. Okay. So in that shop, if you go, you will, or if you go to like Patanjali shop is there. Yes. So in that shop, if you go, only Patanjali products are there. The other brands are not there. So then selection is not there. Like if you go to a normal or a city mall or something like that, then you will find that plenty. If you go to a normal retail shop, you will get many varieties of products are there. Many companies' products are available. But when we go to these type of shops, there most of the time they will have their own products only. and in order to promote their sale, they don't sell other companies' products will not be there. So when you once if you are going there and if you are not interested to purchase that same brand, so few products may be interested, but few products you may have to purchase of the other brands also. But that option will not be there. And in another normal retail shop, you will find that all the brands of products will be available there. Or in such a shop, these type of like Spencer's and all these type of products, they don't sell in outside shops. They don't distribute through the retailers. So if you want to purchase like this Q-Mart products are there, that product you cannot purchase from other shops. Closed. Okay. So if you go Graphica, you will find that the particular for Graphica's product is not there. Every brand products are there. So such a way it is easier. So if we go then in such a shops there will be limited choice will be there. So we cannot purchase all the brands. So then some people may be finding it difficult. Then next, lack of initiative. The personnel managing the multiple shops have to obey the instructions received from the head office. This makes them habitual of looking up to the head office for guidance on all matters and takes away the initiative from them to use their creative skills to satisfy the customers. So they are like all the orders, all the things that are done in the shop is based on the instructions given by the head office. So whatever may be the instructions given by the head office, based on that they have to behave or they have to do all the things that they are doing. They cannot do any independent behavior is not possible because they are as a branch of the other company. So they are only branch. So if any changes or any type of things are required, then they have to take permission from the headquarters. So they cannot behave independently or their own initiative is not possible. Any creativity or any new idea if they have, that is not possible. If they want to make any new change like that, then they have to get permission. See, like normally they will have same color, same pattern or same design of shops, isn't it? So the shop will be there, mostly the design and all will be same. Like imagine that is like SBI Bank. If you consider everywhere, anywhere you go, like a blue colored designs and all are there. Any ATM counter if you will find, all the branches they are having bluish color, isn't it? Axis Bank or Punjab National Bank, HDFC always use blue color, and Axis Bank is around red color. Punjab National Bank or ICICI Bank, all these are reddish design. So if you go to any branch of this bank, you will find that all the properties, all the furnitures used even are almost looking similar. If you go to like ICICI Bank in a different locality, you will find that their property that they are using or the furnitures or the appearance of the shop or the counter made, all these things will be similar. So likewise, these type of chain shops also they use type of the shop, the look of the shop and the design inside and the designs made, all the things will be somewhat similar, almost looking the same. Okay, in order to give that all of them are the same shops, isn't it? Or
Pink City, sir.
Huh?
That Pink City.
Pink City.
Jaipur.
Pink City is another thing.
No, sir, but everything is similar, sir. Same color. And
That is there, but this is
I am telling, sir.
Okay, it's only the color they are using, not there is no any same design and all will not be there. This is means that like V-Mart, if you consider V-Mart in V-Mart in Basti, no, yeah. V-Mart in Basti and V-Mart in Gorakhpur or V-Mart in Khalilabad. Anywhere if you go, you will find that some similarities will be there. So you can, when you look at the shop, you will find that. So just in order to give that by looking itself, we will get an impression that the same shop is there. Okay, so the same shop is there. Or it is Trends, Reliance Trends shop is there. All the type of this type of like these franchising type shops. You stop talking here. Okay, so this they will have some similarities will be there. Then next one, lack of personal touch, lack of initiative in the employees sometimes leads to indifference and lack of personal touch in them. So as it is given there, like employees are not permitted to behave as they wish, or they cannot make any independent decision is not possible. So like if one, imagine that if a customer is coming and he is very genuine customer, he is regularly coming, but as per the headquarters, they have given instruction that we are not supposed to give any credit to anybody. So, but one person is coming, he is a regular customer maybe there, and he is a very genuine customer, he is going to pay the money also. But if he says that I need to get a credit, then because they cannot give permission, because it is permission has to be given from the headquarters, they cannot make a decision by themselves. So then that interpersonal, it will create a problem. See, like the customer may think that the shopkeeper is not trusting that customer, thinking like that he may change the shop. So such a kind of issues will be there. So the relationship with the shopkeeper and customer will not be there, because they are actually just like working as an employee. But if you go to a retail shop, as I told you, the retail shopkeeper is the owner of the shop, and he can do whatever he likes because it is his own shop, and he can make his own decisions. Independent decisions is possible. So he can make a good personal relationship with the customers. But this may not be applicable in case of these chain stores. So because they are all employees there, they don't have any, they don't have a need of creating a personal relationship and making that customer, or building up a good relationship and entertaining the customer and making him to come next time. If they may not feel, so that personal touch will not be there. Okay. In some shops they are creating, some may not be there. So it depends on the people, but normally it will not be there comparing with the other retail shops. So in other retail shops, small shops are there, and it is located in our own village. So we will go there regularly. We will be going there, and we will create a friendly relationship there. Personal relation will be there. So based on that, we are purchasing the products. Then next one, difficult to change demand. If the demand for the merchandise handled by multiple stores change rapidly, the management may have to sustain huge losses because of the large stock lying unsold at the central depot. So imagine that if the demand is not there for any shop, all the mix, as I told you, if it is in one shop, if the demand is less, and in another shop if demand is there more, then they can exchange and sell the product. But if the demand is not there in any shops, then the bulk of product, a huge amount of product they are purchasing in bulk, and all these products are there in the headquarters. And in any shop, if the demand is not there, if any fashion change is there, or such kind of problems are there, then they will have to face a huge loss. So and they cannot make a demand for such kind of products. Once if the product has been manufactured, or if that it has been purchased, then after that, if the demand for this product are not there, or if there is a change in demand, normally there it is possible that the demand will be changing, variation in demands will be there. So if such cases are there, then they have to face a huge losses. So because very huge product they are purchasing.
So then buy one get one.
They are providing some kind of offers, and in some way they will be trying to get rid of these losses. But then also there will be, like if product, even if buy one get one free offer is there, then also if the product is not having much demand, is not there. It means like if genuine product are not there, then people will not be interested in purchasing the product. So few people may go and purchase, like jeans and all. If you are going, if there is a buy one get one free offer is there, but imagine that if that fashion is already changed, new fashion is there. So the old fashion cloth is there, and you are getting buy one get one free. So you purchase, or if you buy two get one free, 3 pants you are purchasing. That all 3 of them are of old model, and you have to wear. So when you may not be interested in purchasing such kind of things. When if only one product is there, then also latest fashion product is available, then you will be interested in purchasing that thing. So old fashion product may not be purchased. So some low income people or below income people are there, poor people are there, they may purchase and they may be using. But average income or above average income people may not purchase, because they are old fashion it is. So even if you are purchasing buy one get one free or buy two get one free, even if it is there, anyhow you have to pay for one. So that money, if you are paying for the single product, you can purchase the latest fashion. So that will be better. Okay, so people may consider like that. But some poor people and all will be there. They will be thinking that in the price of one product, you will get two products. But see, this is also another trick. See, like if one pant is costing 1,000 rupees, buy one get one free means they will not give in 1,000 rupees. Two pant they will not give. For one pant they will put 2,000 rupees. Listen, no, Pushkar.
Yes, sir.
He knows that. Listen, no. So he will say it is one pant they will put 2,000 rupees. And so then for one band, when you purchase, another one free. Actually, you are paying the money for two products. Okay. Huh? Huh. Okay. So it is almost similar like that. Okay. So sometimes they will put the price maybe like 1,500 rupees. Okay. So such a way it is there. So at least the expenditure, or if it is an old model will be there, or wrong fashion means completed, or the changed fashion may be there. So such type of product, especially like cloth products are there, in that they are giving such kind of offers, and it is related to the fashion. So the changes in fashion may be there, then it will become old only. It is actually it is a waste. So that such kind of things they are providing, or they are providing some discount and or some 40%, 30% discount like that, and they try to sell it. So it is all these techniques are used in order to get rid of the stock. Okay, avoid the stock. Okay, so if we are trying to sell it for the full cost, then we will not be able to sell it. So if we are giving some discount, some things, imagine that if 100 products are wasted, it means without any demand is there, and we have to avoid that stock. So that storage, if we somehow get rid of this product, then the shopkeepers, they will be able to purchase, and that area will be used for maybe storing new products, or with that money, the money that they are collecting can be utilized for purchasing new products. So even if they are facing loss, they will give these products back, because if they keep this product for a long time, because already the fashion has been changed, and if they keep it for a long time, then it is not going to be any use. It has to be thrown away. So afterwards, so whatever they are getting, they will try to get at least for 50% or buy one get one free offer, or such kind of offers they are providing. Okay.